welcome to our session on quadratic equations. Today we're going to be talking about the difference of two squares. The difference of two squares is a very, very unique scenario in which we have a binomial where our first term and our last term are both perfect squares. So a difference of two squares occurs when your first term is a perfect square, your last term is a perfect square, and the sign in the middle is negative. It has to be a negative. That's very, very important. So for instance, when you take two binomials and you multiply them together, so if we have a squared minus b squared, what you get is a times a. Remember that FOIL method or the box method? We're going to get a times negative ab plus ab minus b times b. Alright, and then when we do all that, what you're going to notice is that the negative ab and the positive ab terms cancel out, and we are left with a squared minus b squared, which is what we call the difference of two squares. Remember, difference means subtraction. Let's take an easy example. Let's take x squared minus 49. Here it's really easy to see that the square root of x squared is x and the square root of 49 is 7. There's a negative sign in between, and this tells us that we have a difference of two squares. So whenever you have a difference of two squares, what we do is we open up our answer. We're going to have two polynomials on the back end. Alright, so we open up two parentheses, one with a plus sign in it, one with a negative sign in it. And then all we do is we just take a root of each of those answers. So in each of those binomials, we're going to have x as our first term and 7 as our last term. The only difference is one will be positive and one will be negative. So here our final answer would be x plus 7 and x minus 7. Alright, here's another example. We have 9y to the 4th power minus 100. Remember, whenever you have a difference of two squares, the first thing you do is you draw two parentheses, one with a plus sign in it and one with a minus sign in it. And then all you do is you just take the square root of each of the terms. So the square root of 9 is 3. The square of y to the 4th is y squared. The square root of 100 is 10. This gives us 3y squared plus 10 and 3y squared minus 10.
Try